Hi there, my name is Grace Parra. I'm a 2019 alumni from the BBRM Equine Management Program. I grew up on my family farm. My parents were actually not horse people though. It was my cousins who got me into horses and they brought theirs to my family farm. My parents kind of knew I got the horse bug though, and that wasn't enough to have horses in my backyard, and I went and worked at a boarding stable as well during elementary school. And from there, really the involvement in that kind of equine community really made me realize that I want a career centered around horses. So I came to the University of Guelph for the fall preview day, and I really fell in love with the sense of community that the campus had, as well as the support for agriculture. The program, I mean, who doesn't love working with horses and getting to study them? But I also really liked the flexibility that the program gave, and you could use a lot of electives towards business. That was something that really drew me towards the program. So in the mornings, I'll usually help out with general chores such as mucking and feeding. After that's all been taken care of and everybody's been checked on, I'll usually get started with my training. So on average, each day I'll work with about 3 donkeys or mules. I don't usually put time constraints on my training sessions just because it depends on what I'm working with with a certain animal and what their comfort levels are. So occasionally in a training session, I'll be working on haltering, leading, like catching out in the paddock, or standing still like Huey is right now. He's doing awesome. So it's really important when working with the mules that you respect their personal space bubble, unlike Morgan. So I'm trying to catch Ted over here. So it's nice, he's looking at me, he acknowledges me. He's a good boy, he's just really shy, that's all. So I'm just going to start to take a few steps towards him. And then I'll just stop again. There's a little bit of tension in his face. But that's good. He decided to step into me. So I'm just going to reach my hand out and kind of establish a connection with him. So it's important in training, again, we're just breaking it down into small steps. We're not looking at big picture here. So again, I'm touching his face, and then I'm backing off again. I really enjoyed the classes, animal welfare as well as equine trends and issues. I definitely took a lot of critical thinking away from that class. I use operant conditioning as well as learning theory every day with training. Alright, so this is Oliver. He's a 3-year-old blind donkey. He came to us just last year. You can also notice he only has 1 ear as well. We believe he was born that way. Oliver actually came to us as a jack. He was castrated here. The previous owners loved him a lot, just they didn't have the right space to house a blind donkey, which is quite common. A lot of donkeys that we get here, the owners love them very much, just don't quite understand what the donkey needs are. Oliver's a really cool guy. When I first started doing training with him, I actually started using a clicker, just because, again, his sight is gone. The clicker really helped us. That way we were able to pinpoint what behaviors we wanted and which ones weren't desired. He's actually come such a long way since he's first come. He's doing amazingly well. My favorite part is reflecting on how far a donkey or mule has come along since they've first been here. It's really rewarding to see them open up and start to trust people again after some of the situations that they can come from. I worked a lot in the equine tourism industry. I did a lot of guided trail rides as well as carriage tours. That really was my niche. I loved the fact that I could travel with that job as well as give history facts to people, because who doesn't like history? But when I was younger, I did a lot of work at that boarding stable I mentioned earlier and working alongside trainers. I had the wonderful opportunity to also work as a working student at a breeding stable and help break their 3-year-olds. So I guess from there, those training opportunities really led to me to where I am today. So donkeys are pretty cool. They're actually into pressure animals as opposed to horses, which are away from pressure. So for instance, if you were to pick up a horse's legs, you'd push on their shoulder and they'd start to lift their leg for you. Donkeys are not like that. They'll actually start to lean against you. So when we're training, I'll usually just run my hand down their legs, just like that, and I'll actually start to put pressure right there for him to pick up his hoop. Good boy. So I use, when leading, a lot of pressure give and release with them. Again, it being into pressure animals, if I were to just start pulling on them, that might work, they might come along, but usually with donkeys, they'll actually start to pull against you. Unlike horses, they'll just follow along. So I'll start to put some tension on the lead. As soon as he takes a step, I release again. Good boy. I gained a lot of confidence pursuing a career in the equine industry. But honestly, the resources that I have now from working alongside professors and students is really important to me. A little bit of tension, that's okay. I'm just gonna wait.